What are some things you've witnessed on the dark web that scared the shit out of you and made you regret visiting it? I am suddenly very glad for the strict controls my dad put on the internet. Not dark web, but random Napster grabs, circa 1999. One was a video of a bald guy sitting up, with a woman sitting on his oiled head slowly until you could no longer see his head. Always wondered how he could still breathe. Second was literally called Soldier Kills Boy.mpeg. Somewhere in a forest, in Eastern Europe, a young boy with a shaved head being held by men, and one of them has a Rambo-type knife, gently poking his throat to prove it's a real knife, and then begins to stab him over and over, while he grimaces and chokes gargles. It cuts to his lifeless body on the ground as they sawed his head off. In 25 years I can still remember his face, clear as day. That was the last time I ever randomly searched for videos on Napster. Weirdly, I saw most of these things everyone's talking about on normal internet, not the dark web. Perhaps some people aren't sure exactly what the dark web is. Born in 1990, I grew up with the internet becoming a very new thing. There were a shitload of unpoliced sites, chaotic, fucked, etc. that had all these videos plus more on and easily available on the normal web. The dark web is a much more disturbing place. After using it to browse the Silk Road and other illegal markets, I saw many links to pages with red rooms and other such things. But by the time I discovered these existed, I was a little older and wiser to get too curious and follow the link paths. Saying all this, I think by the age of 1415, I'd seen that many people die online through various means. I became generally desensitized to it for a while until I started refusing to click links people sent. One of the worst when I was a kid was Two Guys One Hammer, shortly followed by a video of what had an open back truck full of Hispanic-looking men speeding down a motorway and flipping, dragging a lot of the bodies down the road, and a guy following with a camera filming all the half-dead and half-dismembered men dying on the ground. Why am I reading these posts? Terrorist cutting off a journalist's head with a machete. It took longer than I thought it would. They were both chopping and sawing. Lots of blood. Anyone remember the website Rotten? Video of a guy chopping up a child. You could see the kid breathing. Backstory: the guy was a camp counselor that got off when he seen a kid get in a car accident that caught on fire, so he started abducting kids from his troop and filmed himself chopping them up and cauterized them repeatedly to get off till later. After this happened like 5 times, he was taken into custody and they found the videos, which were submitted as evidence. If they ever found the bodies. I stopped reading the court report after seeing part of the video. Colombian necktie being tailored. College girl doing it repeatedly with her German Shepherd. And during breaks playing around with him, a girl killing herself with a gun. First snuff video. I saw a documentary on death. Among other things, a party beat the head of a live monkey until they could eat its brains, as well as a cult eating body parts of a recently dead cadavers. South Africa. Couldn't see. It was too dark. Much of what I saw on Rotten.com back in the day haunted my dreams for years afterwards. I can still picture the green, bloated corpse of a drowned woman more than 20 years later. About to go to bed. Why the fuck did I have to open Reddit? Not sure how, don't think it was the dark web. But I saw the video of Luca Magnotta having sex with the limbless, headless torso of the guy he had killed. Nice try, Mr. FBI agent. Stoning of women will never leave me. Again, not dark web, probably Reddit back in the day. Cartel stuff, Islamic beheadings with a knife, and this guy who hung girls in a forest and he's hugging them at erection. Sick stuff. Video of the cartels killing 2 guys, sitting right next to each other, like shoulder to shoulder. They killed the guy on the right first, just cutting him up alive. The second guy just sitting there knowing what's coming next for him. They cut both heads off. They cut the face off one of them like a mess. And the girl who did it wears it around while driving. Internet was wild when I was younger. Buddy showed. Wouldn't willing watch again. But at the time, it was hard to look away. Like wildlife is really fucked up sometimes. Elder millennials remember Rotten.com. Indian men taking out their loneliness on a monitor lizard. How do you get on the dark web in the first place? Not the dark web. Way back in the days of 3-5 second porn clips, I realized that in the URL of a certain website was a counter. If you added 1 to it, it'd take you to a page the next 3-5 seconds of the porno. I'd do this and download all the clips, and then merge them to make a movie from it. One time I added 1 and it took me to a completely different video series. The first few seconds were of a girl with plastic wrap on her mouth in front of a green curtain. The next few seconds, a hand with a gun appeared beside her and shot her through the head. I zipped up for the day.